Good evening and welcome into WCU Esports, where tonight we have Utah Valley Green taking on WCU Crimson in week 6 of competition for NECC, or week 3 of competition, Div 6, my apologies. But that being said, I'm Sparky.
And I'm Noe.
Well, Noe, having seen what this team can do, having seen them in the past, what are you expecting to see from WCU Crimson tonight? 2 returners and someone who you maybe really haven't seen that much of, Snowflake.
I've definitely seen these guys play together, and they're definitely a solid team. They give us some trouble sometimes when we practice against them, but definitely do have faith that they can pull this one out, especially against like the 0-2 UVU squad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you said, Utah Valley is 0-2 right now. I do need to hit transition on this to swap over, but yeah, Utah Valley is 0-2 for the moment. WCU is sitting at 0-1 in this Div 6. Good save from Bunla, but popped mid by Snowflake. I mean, not necessarily the start you want to see, but then again, that's how we saw you guys starting earlier, was defensive.
Yeah, we usually don't start good, but we usually pick it up and hope to see them like so strong, unlike us.
Well, and it's very nice too, just getting to look at these games, because you can see when teams are transitioning between being ready and like feeling out the opponents or they're like feeling warm and they're just ready to go.
Yeah, and that's a good setup for thing, and he maybe double tap it or this close, and Bunla couldn't follow up on that one, sadly. So we got Snowflake, and they're keeping the pressure on right now, which is good.
Which is huge, but as you can see, WCU is looking very low on boost, but it doesn't matter, as here in game 1, the scoring is opened by Bunla for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, that was just a huge whiff by Axis.
Oh man, that looked like a phantom touch, in all honesty.
Kinda.
Not what you want to see if you're Utah Valley, but thankfully we are Western. And whoops, I did have the teams correct originally, but not a great kickoff, as you just said, as I was getting distracted. And Utah Valley ties it up really quick. Axis, I mean, he made up for his mistake, and Bunla just making one of his own.
Yeah, he cheated up too fast. He should have just went slow.
Well, sometimes those quick cheats will pay off in your favor, but right now that didn't quite tune out how he wanted to. We'll see what Thing and Bunla do, having the defensive positioning, but not the speed needed. Snowflake clears it wide, and Axis gonna have to back off with 0. He's playing slow, and this is something you start to see as you get higher up. This team, of course, being around Champ 2, Champ 3 level, but an own goal from Thing. And that's really not what you want to see.
Yeah, someone had to go for that ball. I mean, there's some miscommunication a bit. And
good play, just a miss from Snowflake, and I don't think Thing was expecting it, nor was he expecting that to go off the post and sideways. Just unfortunate play from the Mountaineers. So, we'll see what they can do to come back from this. Bunla now with control. Sends it well over Scooby.
Yeah, crazy pinch.
And now it's just an offensive zone. So WCU needing to take a step back, maybe regather some breath, take some breaths, relax, know that it's only game 1, know that it was a lucky kickoff goal, and just let themselves get back into their groove. We were talking about this earlier. We know that this team has it in their ability to pick up momentum as the series goes on. So it's just a matter of what are they going to do tonight to get that momentum earlier as opposed to in game 3.
Yeah, I think momentum just drives up goals as well. I mean, once you see a goal go in, that leads like floodgates open, and you start scoring. The communication just flowing, and everything goes right.
Yeah, you just got to take a step back sometimes and recognize that, it's all right if you miss some things, but not missing that one is Thing as he ties the game up 2-2.
That was good pop up by being in this, sent it up high in the crossbar where Axis couldn't save it.
I think something to note here is that Axis may be a little bit faster on the kickoffs, but slower in terms of reacting in net. And he's a bit quick to use his boost as well. You can already see he's down to about 25 right now. And he had to get a boost pad to even get a chance at clearing or putting that ball center. But Western was there. Speaking of there, it's Thing. I do know that this Western squad too, both Thing and Bunla have hit GC in their lifetimes. It's a shot off the crossbar, but Thing will finish that out.
Just a good overall play. I think it was...
That's a huge bump from Snowflake too.
And Bunla gets a good pass, and Thing was able to finish.
But yeah, this team, we have 2 of the players, Thing and Bunla, are pole vaulters for track. And as we saw with you earlier on WCU Black's stream, it was a matter of team chemistry that came in and played a great factor in how that series ended up.
Yep.
So
both my teammates are hockey players.
I mean, all three of yours are, but
yep.
you also played with them for a year, so it allows you to know what your teammates are likely going to do, how they're going to react, and what the commits are going to look like from both sides. But on that note, too, having the general skill level is a big thing, and I know that both Thing and Bunma have hit Grand Champ in their lifetimes. I think Bunma's currently ranked at GC.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, Grand Champ is like, I feel like it's a big difference in Champ, and that like extra speed like really helps you win games sometimes.
Well, it's the skill gap too. There's a lot of mechanical skill, but the placement from Snowflake will put it post and in, extending the Mountaineer lead by 2.
Yep, the defense on the UVU side just wasn't there.
Again, it's access a bit slower than he should be. I think if you can really find that early and pick on it, like if you can pick that one thing, then sorry, I'm just laughing at Budma in chat messing up with the text chat key, which it's funny to me how easy that is with Rocket League with the D-pad being the text chat.
A little bit sensitive, but it's all right.
But yeah, no, that mechanical skill gap nowadays too is really high between Champ and Grand Champ, and it's something that like you have to be on top of your aerials, you have to be up with speed, and you just kind of don't have that ability to play without it as you used to maybe with Rocket League, especially in the early days.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you definitely need the mechanics to make some sort of plays to get those goals.
Oh, and almost another goal from Bunma, but he just misses the block, and now Thing on the backboard trying to slow down this UVU attack, but it's a tic-tac, and there's the toe as Axis finishes that one out, closing the gap 3-4.
Yeah, pretty sure someone got bumped in the net. Yeah, Snowflake just got bumped, and there's this open net.
Yeah, but that's a great team play coming from Utah Valley. So as someone who's obviously very experienced in this verse, how do you get used to that with your team, and how do you defend against those high-level bump plays, especially where you don't have someone pressuring and they instead just choose to go for a bump like that? But a block from Strawtech keeps the game in the Mountaineer favor for the moment.
And that's good for us. I mean, we need that.
I mean, sometimes the luck just is the dice roll in your favor, and it certainly did there for Western.
Yep.
But yeah, how do you deal with teams that go for bumping in net as opposed to just playing the game as you typically do, which is passing and shooting?
I mean, we usually like tend to exploit that type of bumping playstyle, but it's usually when they try to bump, like the net's open like this, and leads to like easy goals. So yeah, once we know like the bumping stuff, we can just see this like attack mode, and you can eventually get that open net.
That was so unfortunate, though. Again, dice rolling in the favor of the Mountaineers. Scooby missing his double jump, instead fat fingering the side flip. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, this is the classic of Rocket League.
So is that. There's the kickoff goal. I mean, you can't get more classic Rocket League than that.
Like you said, like Axis is pretty fast on kickoffs, and it tends to be a thing. Twice now this game.
You just need to have something that I learned very quickly when playing Rocket League, and that I think a lot have, is that at least one person needs to be following in the middle at all times on kickoff, just because it's safer. There's no way for a kickoff goal to really go in unless it's just a very lucky high clear.
Yeah, that's something my team does, is like just some slow follows, make sure that nothing goes in. Ooh, but some good pressure at the end from WCU. Hopefully we can close this game out with only 5 seconds left.
We'll see, but there is... So what do you call it? Is it Rule 1 or Rule 0? I mean, obviously not going to have that today, but is it Rule 1 or Rule 0 where you have to keep the ball up at 0 seconds?
My air roll right is broken.
Uh-oh.
I can't air roll anymore.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, that's some unfortunate news coming in from Thing, team captain of WCU Crimson.
Oh yeah, he just told us that his air roll can't work anymore.
Yep,
And that's a key mechanic in this game.
very much so. I don't know what he means by that, so I think we're just going to take a step back, be right back in a moment as we figure that one out. And stay tuned as we get ready for Game 2 in this series.
help motivate you, and a goal is definitely something that helps you motivate you.
Oh, I just realized that the mic's been off all stream. Or not all stream, but all game. So sorry about that, guys. Game 2 was very silent. I promise you, we were commentating, just you guys couldn't hear it. So it's not what you want to see, but it's A-okay. We're back now.
Now blame it on things controller.
We're going to blame it on the controller reset, but we were just saying how Bunma so far has been an absolute mastermind in defense, and it's led to some great offensive opportunities for WCU, and there's no reason to ignore Thing or Snowflake either. They have been playing phenomenally, and Thing's controller, I mean, absolute mess coming last game. Dead bumper, but now he's back in it. He has a controller, and he's been playing well. We were talking early on about how getting used to a controller takes more than just a little bit of time. It's all those precise little tweaks that you have to make to controls to make sure the controller works out in your favor.
Yeah, it usually takes me like a week or two just to get my controller like, feeling good and just breaking it in a little bit.
I remember last year I had some issues with controllers as well, and it took me about 3 weeks to get used to the one that I use now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the controls are very touchy, and you like them to like get used to them for a little bit.
Well, with Rocket League being such a mechanical and picky game for input, I would say,
yeah,
you have to know your controller well, and you have to be able to trust every input you put, like that you choose, is going to be read properly.
Mm-hmm.
But WCU maintaining this possession and this offensive pressure, massive for the Mountaineers.
Yep.
And something else that we were saying last game that's actually looking a lot better now is the boost management could have used some work, and they're keeping on top of their boost right now.
Yep, I feel like all of them right now have at least 50. And
Well, we say that, and then they don't, but...
Yep. But yeah, the boost manager's been better. They're keeping up the pressure, and that's what they need to continue to keep winning.
And a big shot from Bunla. It's missed. But Thing with the new controller puts one away. WCU going up early in this series and not in the dying seconds.
I mean, yeah, Axis is just always like seems like last man, and he just misflipped at the end and couldn't make that save.
Yeah, I mean, right now it seems like the defensive pressure is getting to Axis. So if you're Utah Valley and you're deciding to keep one back as a defensive third, you maybe want to try and switch out who's that third right now. Because as much as Axis is playing well and he's come up with some major saves, especially in Game 2, it's been more consistent that he's just been slightly mistouching or slightly missing the ball when he needs to get a touch.
Oh,
And it's off the crossbar.
Yep.
WCU playing so strong, forcing these defensive breakdowns.
Yeah, I feel like someone else other than Axis has to like step up, because I feel like he's the only one making these defensive plays and offensive plays just for UVU so far. Need someone else to step up for this team.
Well, and you can see Utah Valley with some great team plays, but it's just not connecting how they need it to. They're jumping super early, too, is what I'm realizing. They are playing this game super quick, as
Right.
opposed to playing patient and controlled, and with the knowledge that they can play this game well.
And yeah, they need a goal. I mean, they didn't get one last game, and that's like the biggest motivator for a team is just a one goal net, and that's how the floodgates open.
Yeah, and we can see how that momentum that you're talking about working for WCU at the moment, as Bumba tries to find Snowflake off the wall for a redirect in. And Thing goes up, gets a demo in the air.
Seems like the ball has been UV's half for like the past minute, which is
I don't think that this ball has touched the western half aside from the first 15 seconds of this game.
Yep.
It's definitely been a lot more than that, but that's just what it seemed like just from the amount of pressure the Mountaineers are placing on the Wolverines tonight.
And that's how you win games, is keep pressuring them, and eventually a goal will go down.
It's a good 50 over towards Snowflake, who gets the shot off, but it's off the crossbar.
Oh.
And Thing will finish it out. 2-0 for the Mountaineers. A minute 36 left in Game 3. Okay, Game 3, we're in the dying seconds now. We're in the back half of it. You're Utah Valley, you're down 0-2. What do you need to do in order to win this game?
I just think whoever the second man is, I think it needs to be push up and net and like go for the ball no matter like what. Because I feel like they've been playing too passive so far, not putting any pressure on WCU or the defense. And it seems like there might be an opening for a thing right here, and a good pass central. And there's no pressure from UVU so far. Just can't get anything going for them. We have like a 1v1 situation here, but good big snake.
Defense from Snowflake there. Yeah, absolutely. And WCU, despite being low on boost right now, is still playing aggressive, knowing that what this means to win right now.
I mean, yeah, it would be the first win of the season, especially in this Div 6.
Well, it would be their first in Div 6.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. It's not going to be their first of the season. They've been playing phenomenally so far.
Yeah.
But the big thing to consider is that they have not won in Div 6, and they still have to make up that first match against George Fox. But right now, it's looking like they are in the lead, and they're going to hold it out. They have 30 seconds left on the clock. Utah Valley needs to get something going, and it could be that bump on Thing that starts it in Utah Valley's favor. But Thing just going to decide to take it himself right now, looking for his teammates in center.
Yeah, WCU don't have to take no risk right now. They're up 2. They just need to play safe and keep the pressure on. And UVU just need to pull out everything they have now. I mean, 10 seconds left, 0 goals. I mean, that looks over for them.
And I think that game will be over. WCU looking to try and finish it out with just one more, but it won't matter. WCU takes this game 2-0 and takes the series 3-0.
Yep. This is good, well played by the Mountaineers. I mean, it's kept the pressure on all game, and UVU just couldn't do nothing now. Series.
Great series coming from your Mountaineers tonight, and just phenomenal play. And despite the stress of having that controller mishap going into game 2, didn't seem to affect the Mountaineers too much, and they just played more as a unit as opposed to less.
I mean, yeah, I think I took 2 goals out of this game. And the controller definitely helped them a little bit.
Yeah, this game is over. 23 minutes is the total time for that stream. Really quick one. Mountaineers go 1-1 in this league. Utah Valley falling to 0-3. But for tonight, I'm Sparky.
And I'm Noe.
Thank you all for tuning in. Catch you next time.